Good evening, everyone at Tushita and online. And welcome to this Medicine Buddha Puja. I just thought we will start with a few minutes of breathing meditation, just to, to arrive here at Tushita, the people who made the effort to come, and for the people who are on Zoom also to join for this puja. So I'll just quickly remind you of the instructions for single-pointed meditation, shamatha. Many of you may know. I'll just very quickly say it again. So one thing that is, of course, very important is the posture. We're going to go through the 7 points. The most important thing is for your back to be straight. And so it is the mind that meditates and focuses on one object. Single-pointed meditation, concentration, calm abiding means taking one object to mind and putting all your attention on that object. It doesn't mean to have no thoughts, to have an empty mind. Thoughts come and go, but when we focus the mind on one object, they are less likely to come. Of course, thoughts will come. So the first thing is to choose your object. So if you're familiar with shamatha meditation, just take any object to mind that you are used to meditate on. If not, what you can do is visualize a very tiny drop of light between your nose and your upper lip. So about in this area. And you can actually touch this area just to have a feeling where to put your attention. But you're putting your attention on a mental object, not on your body part as such. So you can visualize a very tiny drop of light there and put all your focus, all your attention on this tiny drop of light. The second thing to keep in mind is that during meditation, errors come. And so the most common is that you will lose your objects because of thoughts. You will be distracted thinking about what you're going to eat after the puja, what you did this afternoon, what you're going to do tomorrow, like that. Or your mind turn to laxity. You might become dull. You might be falling asleep. So these are the two main errors of meditation. And it's very important to notice that with introspection. So regularly check, am I meditating? Am I focused on my object? If not, then the third point is to use the antidotes of exactly mindfulness and introspection. So as soon as you notice that your mind is not on the object anymore, it is very important, as soon as you notice, to make the effort to bring the mind back to your object. Otherwise, you will wander and wander and wander back to your thoughts. Lose the object 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. Bring it back to the object. If you can keep the object for a long time, wonderful. But most people, we cannot. Maybe after 5 seconds already, I'll be thinking, what am I going tonight, and so forth. So yeah, these are the 3 most important instructions. So again, back straight. Hello? You cannot hear me? Okay, please come closer as well. Okay. Hello, good evening. Okay, so we will start with the meditation for a few minutes. So back straight, bring the object to mind, identify the 2 errors of meditation, distraction, laxity, excitement, and apply the antidotes, introspection and mindfulness. gently come out of the meditation. So tonight we will do Medicine Buddha Puja. So this is a practice that was recommended by the late Gyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche to be done on the 8th or on the 15th of the lunar calendar. So today is the 8th of the Tibetan calendar. So we are doing this puja today. And, you know, the medicine Buddhas, there are Buddhas that made very strong prayers to be especially beneficial to us in those degenerated times, at the times where the teachings of the Buddha Shakyamuni are declining. So it is a very, very powerful practice. And I thought I would read some of the benefits of doing this practice from Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So he said, the 7 medicine Buddhas, attainers of bliss, strongly prayed for the temporal and ultimate happiness of yourself and all sentient beings. They vowed that their prayers would be actualized during these degenerated times when the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha are in decline. As the Buddha's holy speech is irrevocable, you can wholly trust in their power to quickly grant blessings to help all sentient beings in these degenerated times. If you pray to Guru Medicine Buddha, you will quickly accomplish all that you wish. Just hearing the holy name of Guru Medicine Buddha and the sound of his mantra closes the door to rebirth in the suffering lower realms. It is written in the scriptures that you should not have a two-point in mind with regards to those benefits. Don't have any doubt that this puja, this mantra, will bring immense benefit. At the time of death, it is excellent to recite both his name and his mantra in the ear of the dying person. It is extremely beneficial to recite the mantra and blow it upon meat that you are eating, or even on an old bone or dead bodies of animals. His actions purifies the karmic obscurations of those sentient beings. It can cause someone who has been reborn in the suffering lower realms to immediately pass away and be reborn in a pure realm or amongst happy transmigrators. At the very last, it will shorten the duration of their suffering in the lower realms. It is excellent in Tushita, renouncing self and cherishing others. Also, by reciting this mantra, you will greatly enhance the power of the medicine that you are taking or giving to others. Okay. I was thinking to share a very short story about the Medicine Buddha mantra. I think a bit about 6 years ago, I had a very strong bike accident. I was riding a cycle and going very, very fast. And suddenly someone who was parked on the side opened the door right on my bike. And yeah, I saw this happening, and immediately my reaction was to recite the Medicine Buddha mantra. And I lost consciousness. And when I opened my eyes, there was a woman looking at me and telling me, "You are a miracle." She saw the scene, and ambulance came. And I said to the ambulance, "No need." I was feeling quite okay. I just had some, like the accident was very bad, but somehow, I think thanks to the power of the mantra, I just lost consciousness for a few seconds. And then I had difficulty walking for a few days. I went to the hospital, but nothing was broken, and just some medicine for the pain. And yeah, then I think 2 days after that, I traveled to Burma, to Myanmar. Actually, the very first time I met Lama Zopa Rinpoche, he was talking about the benefits of going there. They're just seeing all, because there are thousands and thousands of stupas, pagodas, all around everywhere. And he was saying that just by seeing those, one collects so much merit and purifies so much negative karma. So when I landed there in Mandalay, I took a bus to reach the place where I was staying. And that bus journey was maybe 45 minutes, something like that. And on the way, I was looking left and right. There were thousands, hundreds of thousands of stupas everywhere. And I still had difficulty walking. But when I got out of the bus, I was walking normally again. So yeah, this is one story. I have another one actually. A few years ago as well, someone, a dear friend, was diagnosed with cancer. And I requested my teacher, how can I help? And one of the practices that was recommended was for me to do a medicine Buddha Puja. So I immediately did that. And I never said anything to my friend actually, but she went to the doctor again after a few days. And somehow, I don't know if the first diagnosis was wrong or if something happened, but there was no cancer anymore. And somebody else in my family who had a very bad cancer, during the operation, again on the advice of one of my teachers, one of the practices to continually do the medicine Buddha Puja during the surgery. And so the surgery went well, and then chemotherapy, all these things. And now it's been, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And, every year she's going to do these kind of scans and so forth. And there is no, of course, they removed the cancer, but after the chemotherapy and everything, nothing came back. So far, she's in good health. Yeah, these are just examples that I experienced. Yeah, but of course, you might have heard many more stories. So, especially during this puja tonight, we can bring to mind all sentient beings, leaving none aside, even the tiniest ant, even the scariest snake, spider, scorpion. All of them have been our mothers in countless past lives. So try to bring to mind as many sentient beings as possible. Try to bring all sentient beings to mind and think that we are doing this puja for them. And especially we have a few names here. We try to read as much as good as I can. And of course, we are praying for the long life of all our teachers, for all the benefactors of Tushita, for all the people who are coming to Tushita, all the people who are following us online, all the people who hear about Tushita, and all their families, all their pet animals. So, and in particular, we are doing this puja for Gomir Ranu, Maria Fugel, Hans Schumacher, Shubhu Mek, Sita Mera, Sri Surinder Nat Malora, Sharda, very sorry if I don't pronounce the names correctly, Shefali, Asim, Sister Family, Vikas and Anumera, Lokesh, Khana, who expired 2 months ago, Manish Baya, 2 years ago, and Papa, who is a bit sick and is 78 years old, Kamel, who is mentally ill, Chandra Malhotra, Nirmal Gupta, and of course, our spiritual program coordinator, Kabir Ji, who is down with fever today. So try to keep these people in mind throughout the session. And I will be sharing my screen so that you can follow online as well. So I hope you can all see my screen. So start by visualizing about 4 inches above the crown of my head is a lotus flower. In the center of the lotus is a white moon disk, and seated upon the moon disk is my root guru, the essence, the Dharmakaya essence of all the Buddhas. And he is in the form of Guru Medicine Buddha. He is blue in color, and his body radiates blue light. For the people who are here at Tushita, we have a beautiful image of Guru Medicine Buddha back there, if it can help you to visualize. And maybe on Zoom you can see it as well. Sorry, my big body is hiding it otherwise. So Lama Zopa Rinpoche used to say you can visualize him in sapphire light. You know, sapphire is transparent. His body is hollow, made of light. So he's blue sapphire in color, and his body radiates blue light. His right hand in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. His right hand rests on his right knee and holds the stem of an arura plant between the thumb and his first finger. His left hand is in the mudra of concentration and holds a sapphire bowl filled with nectar. He is seated in the full Vajra position and is wearing the 3 red color robes of a monk. He has all the signs and qualities of a Buddha. To make this a Mahayana practice, we will take refuge in the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. You can visualize in front of you Guru Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, all your teachers, Dharma teachers, all the great Pandits of the past, the Nalanda masters. You can visualize Arya Manjushri, Arya Maitreya. And in front of them are Dharma texts that are radiating gold light. They're made of gold. And we can visualize around us all sentient beings, your friends, family, near and dear ones, as well as the people we have difficulties with. And all the sentient beings that we don't know, don't have a connection with in this life. And imagine that you are leading this prayer for them. They are chanting along with you. Why we are doing this practice is in order to eliminate our mental obscurations, our negative emotions, to eliminate our attached anxiety, fear, depression, anger, jealousy, pride, to eliminate all these afflictions that are limiting us, that are leading us to create causes for suffering, to create negative karma, that are making us abide in samsara, making us abide in cyclic existence continuously, since times immemorial. Since beginningless time, we have been trapped in this prison of the mind because of these delusions, the karma that we create because of them. So the purpose of this practice is to eliminate all these afflictions. But not only that, all around you, you visualize all sentient beings who are in the exact same boat as us. So for them, we also want to teach them how to get rid of those obscurations. To do that, first of all, we must eliminate all the cognitive obscurations, all the obscurations to knowledge, all the obscurations to omniscience that we have. Only then, when they are removed, we will be able to know perfectly how to guide them in the best way, so that they may be liberated, so that they may become Buddhas as well, as soon as possible. So with these thoughts in mind, we will go for refuge to the three jewels and generate bodhicitta. We will generate a strong aspiration to become a Buddha, in order to liberate all sentient beings, in order to benefit all of them and lead them up to awakening, enlightenment, Buddhahood. So we can fold our hands and we can recite this prayer together. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. So we'll try to make this aspiration even stronger by reciting the four immeasurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness that is without suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from both attachment and hatred, holding some close and others distant. Especially for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will quickly, very quickly, attain the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. For this reason, I will practice the yoga method of Guru Medicine Buddha. So take a second to reinforce this bodhicitta meditation within your mind. And for all the people who are at Tushita, you have normally in front of you, you should have this text, so you can follow along. All the words are there that I'm reciting. At the moment, we are on page 4. That's the page number in the booklet we have here. The one we have online is page 8, but normally you see my screen that is shared. And for all the people who are here, there is water and hot water and some tea bags and biscuits at the back. If you feel thirsty or hungry, please help yourselves. So now we'll move on to the 7-limb prayer. So this is mainly practiced to very quickly accumulate merit and purify negative karma in a very short prayer and a few visualizations, meditations. So we will recite these 7 points together. I will stop at the end of every point so that we can reflect on the meaning of the words we have just pronounced. I prostrate to Guru Medicine Buddha. So you can visualize that you are prostrating with countless bodies of your past lives, all prostrating together to Guru Medicine Buddha. Each and every offering, including those actually performed and those mentally transformed, I present to you. So here at Tushita, we have set up an altar with Guru Medicine Buddha, with some flowers, candles, and we have a lot of biscuits, cookies, more flowers, and yeah. So not only that, but you can visualize all the offerings that are on the altar of each and every one of us, as well as all the FPMT centers. There are about 160 around the world. You can visualize all the offerings that are being made at the Mahayana Stupa in Bodh Gaya, Swayambhunath and Bodhanath in Kathmandu, all the beautiful candles, flowers, water bowls, all the monasteries. And think of the 3 seats, Sera, Ganden, Drepung, where thousands of monks are performing these pujas, making beautiful extended offerings. You can visualize all the offerings that are made at Kopan Monastery. And not only that, you can transform these offerings in oceans, skies of blissful nectar that you offer to Guru Medicine Buddha. All the Medicine Buddhas, all the Buddhas. There are countless Buddhas. So by offering these skies of blissful nectar, our offerings become limitless. I confess all non-virtuous actions accumulated since beginningless time. You can think of every non-virtue you have done in this life: killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, harsh speech, divisive speech, idle gossip, malice or harmful thoughts, covetousness, wrong views. You can think of all of those that you might have done in this life and extend it to thinking what you might have done in previous lives. We have been born, according to the Buddha, countless times in the past. So we must have been, at some point, animals, killing other animals to feed ourselves. We must have been all kinds of persons doing all kinds of things. So I think, imagine this, think about this, and confess and feel regret. Don't feel guilty, but feel regret in the sense that you don't want to experience in the future the negative results, the negative karma that will ripen at some point if you don't purify. I rejoice in the virtues of both ordinary and noble beings. So we can think of all the deeds of Buddha Shakyamuni, all the actions he performed, all the teachings that he gave for so many years. You can think of all the holy actions of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who's a real living Buddha on this earth, who is constantly giving teachings tirelessly, even at his age, has so many projects around the world, constantly benefiting others. Wow, wow, wow. You can think of all your teachers' activities, teaching, building holy objects, opening monasteries for people who live in a protected environment, study and meditate. We can think of all the monks, all the nuns in the monasteries who are dedicating their lives to the Dharma, to study, meditation, and service to others. And we can rejoice in all the good actions that we are doing ourselves, our friends, our family are doing. Namazor Parinpoche used to say that meditating on rejoicing is a very quick way to get a lot of merit. Think of all the practitioners who are doing retreats, studying, offering service. People who are helping animals, who are helping people who are in need, who works in hospitals, take care of the elderly, take care of the homeless. Wow, wow, wow. So many things to reason. Then we carry on. As our guide, I request you, O Buddha, to please abide well and turn the wheel of Dharma until samsara ends. So we can visualize that we offer thrones with double vajras symbolizing indestructibility, long life to all of our gurus. And we offer them Dharma wheels, requesting them to teach. And then the last point, all virtues, both my own and those of others, dedicate tuning of the two bodhicittas and the attainment of Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. And we will quickly offer a short mandala. Guru Medicine Buddha and all the Buddhas. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon, I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyment, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kaniyadaya. And then we will request Guru Medicine Buddha. I beseech you, Bhagavan Medicine Guru, whose sky-colored holy body of sapphire light signifies omniscient wisdom and compassion, as vast as limitless space. Please grant me your blessings. I beseech you, compassionate Medicine Guru, who hold in your right hand the king of medicines, symbolizing your vow to help all pitiful sentient beings plagued by the 424 diseases. Please grant me your blessings. I beseech you, compassionate Medicine Guru, who hold in your left hand a bowl of nectar, symbolizing your vow to give the glorious undying nectar of the Dharma that eliminates the degenerations of sickness, old age, and death. Please grant me your blessing. So now above Guru Medicine Buddha, that is sitting on the lotus and moon disk above our heads, visualize that there is, above his crown, there is a wish-granting jewel, which is in essence my Guru. Above that is Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, whose body is coral red in color, his right hand in the mudra of bestowing sublime realizations, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, with a dark pink-colored body, his right hand in the mudra of bestowing sublime realizations, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, light pink in color, with both hands in the mudra of concentration. Above him is the Buddha, stainless excellent gold, gold in color, his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is Buddha, king of melodious sounds, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon lotus, yellow in color, with his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him is Buddha, renowned glorious king of excellent sign, gold in color, with his right hand in the mudra of expounding the Dharma, and his left hand in the mudra of concentration. So these are the 7 medicine Buddhas. So you can visualize that they are all sitting vertically above your head, starting with Guru Medicine Buddha, who is the color of sapphire, radiating blue light. And above him are the 7 medicine Buddhas. So as we recite their names, every time we will recite their name 7 times. And after that, you can visualize that the one who is on top, who is Buddha, renowned glorious king of excellent signs, absorbs into the next one, who is Buddha, king of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, on with jewels, moon, and lotus, and so forth and so forth. So we do the last recitation, only Guru Medicine Buddha will be there. The 6 others will have already absorbed into him. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. I vow to benefit all sentient beings, now ripen for myself and others. You, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellence, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious Kings of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I go for refuge. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. Sorry, I think I did 8 times. Doesn't hurt. So now we can visualize that Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, dissolves, absorbs into Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus. And we will recite his name 7 times as well. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all this, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stainless, excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, stream glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for it, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized the destroyer of elements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, supreme glory free from sorrow, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, ocean of proclaimed Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom, notion of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of a notion of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena. I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of a notion of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of a notion of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing, supreme wisdom and an ocean of Dharma, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. So now all the medicine Buddhas have absorbed into Guru Medicine Buddha. It's above the crown of our head, seated on a lotus and moon disc, radiating blue light. So now we'll recite his name as well 7 times. According to the advice of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, every time it says lapis, I will say sapphire. Because you know, lapis lazuli is solid color, solid. Sapphire is transparent. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and may I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. To you, Buddha Guru, King of Sapphire Light, fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully accomplished Buddha, who has fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May I vow to benefit all sentient beings, no weapon for myself and others. So we can visualize that Guru Medicine Buddha, the King of Medicine, is granting our requests. And from his heart, from the heart of his holy body, infinite rays of white light power down, completely filling your body from head to toe. These nectars of white light purify all your diseases and afflictions due to spirits and their causes. They purify all your negative karma and mental obscurations. So you can think very strongly that this is actually happening, that due to the requests and prayers that you have made, this nectar coming down from the holy heart of Guru Medicine Buddha above the crown of your head is purifying all your negative karma accumulated since beginningless lifetimes. Think strongly that this is actually happening. Due to the power of our prayers, these nectars of white light purify all our diseases, all our afflictions, all our negative karma, and even our mental obscurations to omniscience. They're totally gone. I just saw on the chat that we are also praying for Alvaro, who passed away 3 weeks ago. Sorry, that I just noticed now. So we continue the visualization. Visualize that your body becomes as clean and clear as crystal in the nature of light. Then the light rays pour down twice more, each time filling your body with blissful, clean, clear light, which you absorb. Thereby, you are transformed into the holy body of Guru Medicine Buddha. Visualize that you became Guru Medicine Buddha. No more afflictions, no more mental obscurations, no more negative karma. Now you are pure love, pure wisdom, pure power, omniscient, constantly helping countless sentient beings. Visualize that at your heart appears a lotus and moon disk. Standing at the center of the moon disk is the blue seed syllable Hum, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra of Guru Medicine Buddha. And now, as we recite the mantra together, while we are reciting, visualize rays of light radiating out in all directions from the syllable at your heart. The light rays pervade the sentient beings of all 6 realms. And you can think particular of the names, all the names we mentioned, all the people who are sick, all the people who have obstacles, all the people who passed away. Think of all sentient beings. Keep these names in mind. And through your great love, wishing them to have happiness. And through your great compassion, wishing them to be free from all sufferings. With these rays of light radiating out from the mantra of your heart, at your heart, they become purified of all diseases and afflictions due to spirits and their causes. They become purified of all negative karma and mental obscurations. So I'll recite the long mantra once, and then we will recite maybe about a mile or a bit less, because it's already quite late, of the short mantra. So maybe we'll recite the short mantra 7 times together, and then we'll do for a few minutes in silence on our own. But first, one time the long mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanse Guru Bedurya Prabharajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyasam Buddhaya Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha Yada Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Rajasamugati Swaha. Yada begonze begonze maha begonze begonze raza samoe gade swa. So now feel great joy and think that all sentient beings are transformed into the aspect of medicine Buddha Guru as well. How wonderful that I am now able to lead all sentient beings into the enlightenment of medicine Buddha. Then visualize that Guru Medicine Buddha melts into life and absorbs into your heart. You become completely one with the Dharmakaya, the essence of all the Buddhas. Due to these merits, may I complete the ocean-like actions of the sons of the victorious ones. May I become the holy savior, refuge, and helper for sentient beings who have repeatedly been kind to me in past lives. By the virtues received from attempting this practice, may all living beings who see, hear, touch, or remember me, even those who merely say my name, in that very moment, be released from their miseries and experience happiness forever. This includes my enemies, even when they pronounce my name with anger. As all sentient beings, infinite as space, are encompassed by Guru Medicine Buddha's compassion, may I too become the guide for sentient beings existing throughout all 10 directions of the universe. Because of these virtues, may I quickly become Guru Medicine Buddha and lead each and every sentient being into his enlightened realm. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase forevermore. Joinju senjo rinpoche, mai ke ba nan ke geroji, ke ba nyam ba me ba yang, goine goindu be warasho. So next we will pray for the long life of all our teachers, masters. May they live long and healthy. And we will recite the long life prayer composed by Lama Zopa Rinpoche for the long life of His Holiness. I will share it on the screen. And those at Tushita, you just have received it, right? You have it in front of you. Thank you very much, Nivitala, for arranging this, so we can all pray together for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So this is long life prayer that was composed by Lama Zopa Rinpoche in 2019. Because you might be familiar with another long life prayer, Gongri that in English is translated as, in the land snuggled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chen residents and guests, please remain until samsara ends. So Lama Zopa said that today, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is actually the guru of the world. So that's why he composed himself a prayer for the long life of His Holiness that is vaster. I'm not referring to him only as the guru of Tibet. You know, usually long life prayers are composed by the teacher of your teacher. But in this case, it is an offering that Lama Zopa Rinpoche made for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The previous ones, I guess, were composed by Trijong Rinpoche or Ling Rinpoche, who were his tutors, or maybe some other of his gurus. So we'll recite together, one time in English and then one time in Tibetan. Incomparably kind and supreme Tenzin Gyatso, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world. May you have a long life and all your wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Jin Tenkan Diepende Malu Pagan le Joe Sampel Yijenon Yadrin Sumeten Zingyatso Chokui Cheten Shik Tuje Lun And so as many of you probably know, the spiritual director of Tushita Mahayana Meditation Center, who was the director of over 160 centers around the world, the spiritual director of the Foundation for the Preservation of Tradition, has recently showed the aspect of passing away. And so since then, we have been praying for Rinpoche to come back in a new body. And so different teachers have composed prayers for us to recite. So again, I'll share them on the screen. And we only have 4 copies here at Tushita, so I'll encourage you to please sit together so we can recite all together. So it is actually very good to recite these prayers as much as you can until a reincarnation is found. And as you might have heard, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is taking responsibility to actually find and identify the reincarnation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And you might have seen His Holiness Taisi Tupa Rinpoche, who for Tibetans is the embodiment of Arya Maitreya, Buddha Maitreya, who recently came here to Tushita, Delhi in June, if I remember correctly. He visited the holy body of Lama Zopa Rinpoche in Kopan Monastery in Kathmandu, and had a long conversation with him as if Rinpoche was, listening. Because they are usually when a realized practitioner passes away, his body is cremated, and on rare occasions, when a Buddhist Lama has such a great influence and such a great master. Then instead of cremating the body, they embalm the bodies. So these are done since April at Kopan Monastery in Kathmandu. And so I think if you have the chance to visit Kathmandu, then you can visit Rinpoche's room above the temple there at Kopan Monastery, and you can circumambulate his actual holy body and make prayers around. And I've heard that this process of embalming, they are doing it in the ancient Himalayan way. Takes quite a long time. Might take at least a year. They are every 7 days, I think, putting salt around his body for anyway, I'll mention all the details. But anyway, we are praying for his long life. So this first prayer is composed by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Fearless teacher, an assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyekya Buddhas, victorious Losong, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now, holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teaching, true explanation and practice. You wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And yes, I forgot to mention the story about Taisi Tupa Rinpoche, who went to visit Rinpoche's holy body in Kathmandu. So basically, Taisi Tupa Rinpoche requested Rinpoche to come back very soon so that he might be able to take Gelung ordination. That means full ordination, become a fully ordained monk again, which is something for Tibetan children. It's usually done around the age of 20, if I'm not mistaken. So Taisi Tupa Rinpoche was saying that His Holiness the Dalai Lama so, is granting such vows to monks, to novice monks who want to take all the monk vows. And so Taisi Tupa Rinpoche was saying, come back soon, then you will get the chance to receive these vows from His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who is now, I believe, 88 years old. So if Rinpoche comes back this year, then His Holiness would be around 108 years when the reincarnation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche receives the vows of a fully ordained monk again. And then we have a swift return prayer to Lama Zopa Rinpoche composed by Gensur Jado Rinpoche, who is a great teacher. He's very close to His Holiness. You might have seen when His Holiness chakra empowerments, then Jado Rinpoche is the person assisting His Holiness. He used to be the abbot of Namgyal Monastery, Dharamshala. He used to be the abbot of Gyute Tantric College in Lower Dharamshala. And Jatto Rinpoche is actually in line, to become the head of the Gelugpa tradition, to become the Ganden Tripa. The Ganden Tripa, the head of the Gelug tradition, changes every 7 years. So yeah, he composed this prayer. English. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of the Munis in general and the teachings of the victorious Jamong Tsongkhapa in hundreds of directions, Lord of Dharma holding the 3 vows and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return as the glory of the peerless teachings. You held the teachings of explanation and practice with great asceticism, unable to bear that transmigratory beings are confused by the darkness of suffering. Through your great loving kindness, you skillfully led them to happiness. Unparalleled son of the teachings, please return quickly. Beautified by the ornament of supreme patience in increasing the practice of the supreme authentic teachings of the victorious one through listening, reflection, and meditation, guide of all transmigratory beings along the perfect path, true and perfect pure Guru, please return quickly. And then we have a third and last one, because I believe in either on my screen or printed, we have only 3. So we'll read this third one as well. It was composed by Rangjung Nengjolma Kandrot Tseringma, who's widely known as Kajo Rinpoche. So when Khyentse Lama Zopa Rinpoche stopped breathing, to the aspect of stopping breathing, I don't remember if it's the next day or the day after, Kajola flew from all the way from Dharamshala to Kathmandu, and during the flight, she composed this prayer. And she composed is not the right word, like this prayer spontaneously came to her. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Most gracious root Guru, care for me. Most gracious root Guru, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, embodiment of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, please bless me. You may rest in all-pervading great bliss, equipoise within you the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity, yet the playful dance of your loving compassion emanates in myriad ways. The time has come for the return of the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya, and for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. Arise, arise, arise from the Dharmakaya. I invoke you, I call upon you, I on behalf of all beings. Do not rest in Ketch or other pure realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings, swiftly return to the Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor, wretched beings. Such is the death cry of us, your disciples. Return so that we may actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your body, speech, and all violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your body, speech, and mind, and spontaneous activity through our being confused and conceiving things in our erroneous way, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your 3 kayas. Of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness, may there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion. May there be the auspiciousness of a time living between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnations return quickly. This lament was made by me, a Dakini with pure faith and samaya, her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities of the 3 roots. Perception, its object, and the perceiver, all within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. So thank you very much, everyone at Tushita and online. And May everyone be healthy. And, thank you very much. Have a good night.